will appeal to all of them to think about the common man on this.
Looking at what is happening in Nigeria today, are we moving forward?
Things is both for the poor and the rich. It's not people that are rich alone.
Something is going on that they are not telling Nigerians.
Something is really going on that Nigerians need. And the focal point on Pace TV for you to be informed on developments in Nigeria and around the world. Welcome to Focal Point on Pace TV. My name is Kive, and as usual, we have our guests seated in the studio this day to look at another important issue within the polity. And this time around, we'll be looking at focusing on the 2015 general elections. We'll be looking at the issue of violence within the polity, and we'll be looking at the kind of campaigns going on now. A lot of people have said that this time around, the campaigns are not based on issues. First, I have Kive, Kokori, who is a public affairs analyst and a prominent person within the ICT world. I'm right if I introduce you that. You're welcome to Focal Point.
Thank you, Kay.
Yes, beside him is a notable voice. He is Presido Gomoria. Gomoria is a public affairs commentator, and he says he's a Nigerian without border.
Exactly.
You're welcome to the program.
Except that some quarters they say I'm not a public affairs analyst, but a PDP spokesman. I don't know how to give that grasp.
I thought you were going to add that you're also a political animal.
So I just want them to know so I prepare my vouchers in the PDP office.
Yes, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Yes, let's take you first, Kive. How would you describe the kind of campaigns we have now in Nigeria? Would you say the campaigns are issue-based or otherwise?
I would say they are not issue-based, and that is not just starting now. That has been the norm for some time. So I don't think we're seeing anything new. It's always been the way it was, for quite a long time, apart from maybe in the First Republic, and maybe part of the Second Republic and the Third Republic. But this current political experience that we have, it's never been issue-based. It's always been most candidates trying to discredit their opponent rather than telling the electorate what they are going to do and what they're going to offer to them and how they would actually make those things happen. So I don't think it's new.
Okay, some people have said it's more slinging. Do you agree, President?
Before you get to Muslim, why don't we let me contribute my voice in that issue? He said it all. First Republic, Second Republic, are basically issue-based. We can accept that fact. Though some of us are now reading the papers, but some of us were actively there that time in the 60s. You see issues like rural integration, you see issues like free education. But today, it's more like, sincerely, a particular actor I want to mention, not because I have any disdain or I worked for him, particularly the style OBJ introduced. We all remember the campaigns in the 1990s, where you just go to the rally and the next thing is singing and dancing. Singing and dancing, there is small K-leg here. Then you start singing. If you remember well in River State, it was after primaries had been conducted, somebody just comes and says, well, get small K-leg, we'll change the tempo, and it was more like somebody sits somewhere and then plot the graph and it goes that way. It's unfortunate. And that's why it has generated a level where you see bad belly. Let me use the local palace. More bad belly, people just come up and just abuse. Not even, the dancing has reduced, and they now bring in one aspect that surprised me, the religious inclination. You just come in and the rally, you see somebody to become a pastor immediately and start singing all the chorus from the church there and the people dancing, and before you end it's wind up. Nothing was said.
Okay, so the issues are not brought
at all.
Okay, now let's the political temperature in Nigeria is very, very, very high.
Yes.
Bomb blast in the south.
Yes.
And what is happening? Are we at war in Nigeria? What is the situation? What's happening?
What is happening? what is happening is people, different groups fighting for who will control the purse. It's as simple as that. Nigerian politics has reached a level where people fight for elective positions so that they can share the booty. It's as simple as that. There's so much poverty in the land. It's all about money. Everything has been monetized. So people actually go into politics now because they want to get there and have opportunity to steal. I can tell you 99% of the people going into politics in Nigeria today is because they want to go there and get their own share. So once that's the case, people will do anything. People will get desperate and kill themselves just to get there. If it's about service, why should people fight and bomb themselves to go and serve their people? When you go to other, some developed countries in the world, you see people go into government because they want to serve. You actually see them go into government, and 2-3 years down the line, you see that they look so old and aged. In Nigeria, people go into government and they look so spent and hungry. Let them spend 2 years, 3 years. You see them looking like, like a Greek chicken. So it's a different ball game. The moment we do not change the system and make it about service, it's going to continue. People will keep killing themselves and violence. And what makes this violence happen? We have so many youths in this country that are unemployed. People don't have jobs to do. There is no money. So they lure them with little money to come and, do all sorts of atrocities. All in the name of, trying to gain political power. And the system does not give any punishment for wrongdoing, unfortunately. You do anything you like in this country, you get away with it. Nobody punishes you. You steal, you kill, you maim, you commit arson, whatever you do, you virtually go away with it. So
how do you I want to agree to a point, but you kill, you maim, and you steal, you go away. No. If the common man steals, he pay for it. You see, what we have discovered is this. The judiciary is meant to face only the have-nots. Okay. The bourgeoisies can do anything. That's when it's proper. But the common man, no, you face the music. See the traffic. Commit a traffic offense, you're there and then you are impeded and then you are challenged and you are giving this, giving that. But the bourgeoisies with special card, they can even take the BRT track. It's our own. Okay. So we have two types of law in this country. And I think the judiciary need to really come up. They divide the country to the point that they have not face the reality of life, while the haves don't. And when you say there is poverty in the land, at times I begin to wonder, except we don't want to face fact. It's just that those who are really trying to bring things right are those who are the poor people. Because if you go out today, I'll take a good example of Lagos. I was privileged to be in a place called Isheri Riverview Estate. I can't believe it. People who live there and some of us who hide in Alagbado can be measured as Nigerians. There you see the difference. I didn't mention Ajah. I didn't mention Lekki, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4. No. I've not mentioned GRA Ikeja. That has been transformed to something else because we know how GRA Ikeja used to be. Most of the old colonial buildings have been demolished. You now find modern buildings to the point that Abuja gone as much. So you see, that is a ritual problem. We didn't get it right when we amalgamated a country called Nigeria. Our forefathers, I blame them. The situation we have now is so difficult that even if not try again, we're just deceiving ourselves with these sentiments. It's a particular class dominating the system to benefit them own only, them own.
Okay, so my pocket only.
Yes, not even simply because it comes from south or south. No, it cut across. It's just a group. A group.
Okay, all of this. Right
you see them go to Dubai for just marriage ceremony, birthday ceremonies in London, and you see they have nots in their villages. Go to Ajegule. Okay. Go to Ajegule and then compare today Ajegule with Ajah, Lekki. And that's why you see some people to create rules where they put tollways. Somebody pass now, pay 300 naira, come back again, pay that 300 naira. Nobody's protesting because the hubs are there. It's there. And they even barbed wire the road. So that even you with that leg, with that motor, you can't pass there.
Okay, we were talking about the political temperature
yes.
and the polity.
Yes.
So there's this saying that when the shit hits the fan,
yes.
everybody gets a fair share.
Yes.
Now we're watching Nigeria is drifting towards anarchy. What is the way out? Fairly for the youth. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, the youth are those that will be used because they still have a lot of energy to burn. What is the way forward? How do we begin to address this issue so that Nigeria does not go the way of Yugoslavia and Sudan?
I used to say something to people. In this world, for mystery, for some certain things to change, there has to be some level of deprivations. People, if you look at history, you see a lot of countries that have come out of situations like this. Maybe, you know, times of dictatorship, of, you know, governments that don't, you know, look after their people and, you know, looking after their personal self and stuff. People have to come out and fight and demand for what is right.
When you say fight, are you saying a revolution? Are you calling for a revolution?
You can use that word. Nigeria has reached a level where the only time things will change, it has to be a drastic change. Because this thing we're talking about, it has eaten so deep into the fabric. Almost every Nigerian, and that is why I got to a point where I was blaming only the leadership. It has reached a level where the followership as well also have blame in all of this. A situation where Nigerians, if you come out and you're contesting for office and you do not give people handouts, no matter what you tell them, no matter how good your policies may seem, nobody wants to listen to you.
Don't you think the so-called poverty?
You understand? Because the thing has gone so deep. So as long as Nigerians continue without demanding from their leaders what is right, like, I don't see a change. You understand? I don't see a change because all these parties, they're all basically the same. It's now individuals. You understand? If there are people who are actually coming out with the intention of changing Nigeria for the better, then we can understand. But right now, to be honest, the system is broken.
Okay, the system is broken. Recently, there was a peace accord for the first time in the history, going into an election, and we are signing a peace accord as if we can even call it ceasefire or freeze, as Kofi Annan. I mean, the political, the gladiators, the dramatics personnel, the Jonathans, the Buharis, and other presidential candidates, they came together in Abuja under the watch of the international community and signed a peace accord.
You saw it?
I saw it on TV. Yes. And
you know how many Nigerians don't have the privilege to watch television?
Okay.
In Tumbia, in Baramatu, they have cable. Here in Lagos, you have a freedom to watch 24 channels once you buy a TV set. But in their communities, over 70% of the population of this country, you must be on cable to see all those things. So those agreements sometimes are just done within the high class area. And the place that the area really needs this kind of concept is the people. And that's why you see in Okrika yesterday, the accord was signed, but in Okrika, people are made to believe different stories, but we know what really happened there. It's not mercenaries that came in there. And if you watch, you see, that's why I wonder, when we talk about police, everybody tongue-lash the police. But the funniest thing is that those who champion the cause of tongue-lashing the police are the people who have routine of policemen in their homes, at their gatehouse, armored car personnel protecting them. But we, the common men, we don't even, how many of us are here? We don't have one policeman in this building. So you start asking, in that kind of situation, policemen were shot, as if they are from moon. This policeman has families. They have children and they have wives. What I see is playing out is some persons are playing a very fast game and it's dangerous. Revolution, who controls it? The way we are, you cannot talk about revolution now. Because it's man eats man kind of situation we have in Nigeria today. We don't trust anybody. Nobody trusts anybody, sincerely. So we pray For those of them that go to church, sorry, I never said I am an atheist, but for those of them that go to church, let them pray more for us to try to love ourselves first. Before we can really, let's have that feeling that just like I have a blood in me that runs, he has one, you have one. And let us start thinking it cannot be perfect. Since I'm not perfect, so it cannot be perfect. Tolerance is missing in our system.
Okay, tolerance is missing in our system. That's what my guest has said, which means there's need for Nigerians to tolerate themselves. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll be looking at the way forward, solutions, and how we, as a people, can conduct a general elections without violence. And at the end of the day, every Nigerian will be proud to say, yes, we did it, and we got it right. Welcome back. We're still on Focal Points on Pace TV. My guests are still seated here. I have with me Kive Kokori, a public affairs analyst, and President Gomoria, who says the Nigerian without border. I think I want to stick to that. Now let's look at the way forward. Yes, we don't have any other country. And somebody said that, look, the things that bind us together are more than those that put us aside. How do we ensure that this election does not mark the breaking up of this entity called Nigeria? Kive.
The breaking up. I don't think Nigeria will break up. Because unfortunately, these gladiators that are there, they only use religion, ethnicity, and all of those sentiments to divide us. But honestly, those ones that are there, ethnicity, religion, or any of those sentiments don't divide them. They are all the same, irrespective of wherever they are from. And unfortunately, they are the ones who control the instrument of state. So I really don't see Nigeria breaking up, because of these elections. But what I would say is this, and it's unfortunate, I've always said it, as long as a society exists where people are not punished for doing something wrong, that society can never do right. As we've been privileged to go to other countries. I've been to the UK, I've been to some other parts of the world. In the UK, if people don't get punished for doing the wrong things, the system will collapse. Unfortunately, we've had governments, subsequent governments, that when, like he said, there are different laws in Nigeria. Yeah. The law that favors the rich and powerful and the connected, and the ones that govern the ordinary masses on the street. Unfortunately, the government we have currently, and even subsequent government, they do not see a need for this society to be run properly.
So until
that happens, there will be electoral violence. Look, let's face reality. Let's leave religion, Christianity, Islam, God, and all of those things out of this. If you do not take actions and take decisive actions, God will not come down and take those actions for you.
So you believe that he has made us gods here, we should be able to act?
Exactly.
How do you contribute to this?
Solution, the election. I think the elections, if it sounds so funny and odd to people, for people to hear, the way we are going, March 28th, if care is not taken, it's difficult, but we might get to a point where I foresee pre-60s playing out when we have the civil war. But the dimension, we may not know. Even up there in the north, I was privileged to be there. Some of us will say Nigerians without border. I was born in Akwanga High School, which was privileged to be in the West School in Abeokuta. I tell you, the heat in the north between the Islamic believers and the non-Islamic, the Christian bloc, is so much. You see it even on telly. I foresee even the postponed February 14, Valentine's Day,
Yeah.
is a saving grace. March 28 may be worse than that.
So
They
are you
building up.
Are you saying we're waiting for doomsday?
I'm telling you, because we're just playing to the gallery. You see, all the actors have not gone back to say, look, let's pedal down or soft pedal. No, you don't need to deceive ourselves. As old as I am, I don't have a PVC. I've gone there many times. They keep telling us to come over again. It tells you there is something somewhere. For me, I don't mind whatever you call me. I think there's a compromise along the line between some persons and some groups. Okay. So the only way out is some persons have advocated it. The National Assembly said it's not possible. Anything, let us just put aside this election and go back and discuss Nigeria.
Okay.
We had a conference that they held last year. We know the beneficiaries of the conference issues, but some reports came out. And we had what a traditional ruler said from one part of the North, Adamawa, who claims he had his kids and kin in Cameroon, and if he gets there, he will be a traditional ruler there. It tells you battle line drawn up. We have to make that the elections may not go well
so
for us.
As we round off this interview,
I would like to say something in response to what my colleague just said. I'm from the Niger Delta. I'm from Delta State. I'm an Yoruba man, and I'm Nigerian, right? Let's leave sentiments aside. This government, unfortunately led by Goodluck Jonathan, has failed this country. Let's be fair, irrespective of wherever we're from, right? Unfortunately, you cannot be a commander-in-chief and you keep giving excuses for so many things that have gone wrong in the country. I'm not saying he started them, but as long as you decide to take up a job, you swore to defend the territorial integrity of this country. Whether people are fueling insurgency or not, you should take charge and control. If you say
so
people...
you're saying that the commander-in-chief should be the commander-in-chief?
The commander-in-chief should be the commander-in-chief.
Time is not on our side, because this time is not on our side.
I won't talk.
You will talk. I just want you to... Your wish for Nigeria, and just in few words.
My wish, my wish be that I want to revisit the issue of Goodluck has failed.
Okay,
the both of us are from, like my local palace, you say the both of us from the Niger Delta.
So you all join
together.
Okay.
I mean, what are your yardstick? What are the determining factors?
If we begin to go to yardstick,
yes, determining factors are your performance indices. Except we want to call, like in Yoruba, we say, that is when you say they have failed. Because if you look at issue of security and the issue of insurgency and this alarm about corruption, it's been there all the while. There was a time we had high-profile murder killings without solution. It was there. So what I'm saying is this: let us appreciate whoever is there.
So your wish for Nigeria, 2 words.
I think I love Nigeria.
For you?
But the government of the day has not failed.
Your wish for Nigeria?
My wish for Nigeria is that we should have immediate wish that we should have a free and fair, credible elections without violence.
Okay,
if possible.
I want to thank both of you for making it on the focal point this day, and I want to say that soon we'll be bringing you back, because I know both of you have a lot to say. Maybe then we'll extend it to 3 hours to say. Yes, I've been joined by 2 guests. First, Kive Kokori, public affairs analyst, and also a social commentator. Thank you for being on the program Focal Point.
Thank you very much.
Yes, President Gomoria is a Nigerian without border, and he also has a bias for... What's a bias?
Yes,
President Gomoria is
Nigeria without border, so everybody is
Nigeria without border. I want to thank you both for coming on the program, and as I said earlier, we'll bring you back sooner than you think. My name is Kive, and the program you've been watching is Focal Point. Join us again for another edition as soon as it comes to you on Pace TV. Thanks for watching.
Hi, sorry I'm late. So, how are we going, by bus or taxi?
None of the above.
What do you mean? Do you expect us to walk from here down to school?
Why would you want me to take a taxi or a bus when I've got this?
Seriously, a bicycle?
Not just any bicycle, the Honor E electric bicycle is the way to go, especially in a busy city with traffic congestion and heavy pollution. Honor E electric bicycle is easy to ride, affordable, maintenance free, and guaranteed your body fitness. There are many easily affordable models to choose from, and anybody can ride. Honor E electric bicycles are marketed in Nigeria by Honor E Ventures Limited, number 1 Oregun Okpebi Link Road, Oregun Ikeja, Lagos, Nigeria. You can visit our website on www.honorevent.com. Honor E electric bicycles, a transport revolution.